Okay. Good morning. How are you? Good. Good. Yeah, I just started. Yeah. There's a big M class flare just went off a minute ago, and I'm trying to see if it's still there. But a big M class, which is a medium sized solar flare, just went off a couple minutes ago, and the guys in the UK alerted me. So I ran as fast as I could, got my stuff out here and nerding out. So we're gonna see if we can see anything. Yeah. Hey, you don't happen to have a 10-pound stainless steel counterweight with a 1.875-inch diameter, do you? Ah, man, damn it. Ah, man, you're going to have to shape up a little bit if you want to live here, man. Come on. See you. So here we are in Atlanta, starting another live Google Plus broadcast. Today, my friend Mark Townley just alerted me that there was a big M-class flare that he was watching in the UK. So I got out the scopes, and we're going to try to take a look at it through our equipment. So here we go, and I wish I knew how to invite people to the green room, but I need Rob Black for that, and he's not here. So sorry. If I figure it out, I'll post it on my Facebook page. I'm going to start sharing my my screen. There it is. Okay. Rob Black is fast asleep after his fantastic interview with the Boss Supernova Hunters. They had him live on the Light Years show in Australia a few hours ago. So he's fast asleep with Lady, and we'll just have to do it ourselves. So here we go. And there it is. What you're seeing now are trees in front of the sun, as here in Atlanta, it is 11:30 a.m. and the sun has just come out of just coming above the rooftops, just behind the trees. So that's what we have to deal with. I'm going to work on the camera a little bit and see if I can make it look a little better. And you guys enjoy the show. Let's see. Oops. Let's try that again. I'm using my trusty Astrophysics AP 1200 mount. I have two 6-inch refractors on here with both of them are double stacked Lunt 100 millimeter scopes. But the difference is, there we go. The one we're looking through now has two external etalons that are double stacked, and the other one has two internal etalons. So we're gonna switch out between the two and see what it looks like. All those red pixels, that just indicates overexposure, as you can see the limb going back and forth across the tree. And I'm going to start to tune the scope a little bit, or try to, and see if we can get a better image. This will all clear up in about 10 minutes as the trees fade away and the sun comes out from behind them. And we're using a small camera today, a Point Grey Flea 3 with a smaller chip but faster frame rate, because I want to try to get some prominences and some close-up stuff. So bear with me and we'll get this thing going. Oh yeah, look at that. That is beautiful. Let's get the Barlow on here. See what it looks like. This is a 3X crappy Celestron Barlow. Well, not crappy, but inexpensive, let's just say. Okay. Put that in there. Uh-oh. There appears to be a giant piece of cotton from my Q-tip. Let me clean that out. Stand by. I'm currently cleaning the Barlow. Trying to clean the Barlow. Okay, let's see what we got down here. Okay. Let's see if that's any better. We'll look at the camera while we got it out. See if there's anything on there. Oh, gotta clean it too. Hang on. All right. There we go. All right, let's try that again. All right. Okay, got rid of the piece of Q-tip, but now we have a massive case of Newton's rings, which is common with a Barlow. We'll just have to deal with it. No big deal. I'll loosen this up, see if they go away. No, they didn't. Tilt the camera a little bit. Nope, that makes it worse. Pull it out some. And we'll have to go with that. Seeing is not all that great today. But let's see. Okay, there's the area where the flare just occurred. Now let's get it focused and sharp. Oh, it's jumping around today. I don't think there's any hope of getting it focused with that tiny. Let's try it with the 2X. I'll have to clean it up too. Everybody hang tight. Hey, Pete. See if I can get Pete to help us out. Hey, Pete. All right, let's see what we can do here. Pete is not going to help us. He's busy, so we'll have to try to adjust this ourselves. The problem here is that the telescope is about 5 feet long, and I'm at one end of it, and the adjuster is at the other end of it. So this is going to take some doing. But doing is my middle name, so here we go. That's right, Stephen Dewin Ramsden. Alright, if you hear something fall, don't worry. I'm a professional. There we go. Much better. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now, how do I get over here to this one? Fuck. I mean, shoot. Alright. And the wind's also blowing about 30 miles an hour. So, I believe the sacrifice is going on right now for your viewing pleasure. Let's see what we got. Oh my goodness, look at that. Boy, that was worth it. Holy cow. That's a huge difference there. All right. See if we can get the focus going a little better. All right. Man, that is just beautiful. I believe we got it. Okay. Well, let's see. Yep. I wish you guys could see me doing this. I look absolutely ridiculous. I'll just leave it like that for a while. Okay. All right. Put it back over here. Okay. James Ambrister, I see your comments, but I don't know what to tell you, man. Google Plus is a social media service, and you got to have an account, or you can just click the YouTube link. Yeah, now that's how it's supposed to be adjusted. Let's see if we can get the exposure and focus better, and then we'll be in business. I'm actually sitting on the front of the telescope now, so I can reach the etalons, which looks pretty funny because the back of the telescope where the eyepieces normally are is empty, and there's a dude sitting on the front of the scope, and my neighbors all think I'm crazy. Okay. There we go. Come on. Come on, wind. Quit blowing. Okay, where's the focuser? Where's the focuser? There it is. There it is. Yeah, and of course this telescope's about, like I said, 5 feet long. There's two of them on here, and the wind's blowing 30 mile an hour, so it's acting like a big sail, and everything's bouncing around. But we do our best. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to turn the camera so that it's oriented properly. What is this guy doing? There we go. About there, I believe. Okay. 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 Let's do 1,000 frames. Okay. Let's see what else is going on the disk. There you go. There's a beautiful prominence. Okay, so we got a nice view of that one. Let's see what else we can get here. That's a really lovely prominence, I believe. Maybe the focus could be a little better. Let's try it. Oh boy, the wind is blowing. Yeah, I think that's about it. It's a nice little weird looking feature. There we go. Let's get some of that. Very interesting. We are at F15 right now, F14. So not a lot of magnification, but the seeing conditions are not very good. So the more powerful Barlows were just mush. And I'm sorry for those of you that are trying to get into the green room. I don't know how to make a link for you to get in. So you can watch it on Google Plus where you can chat, or you can watch it on YouTube where you may be able to chat too. I'm not sure. Anyway, this is the sun. I'll go to Facebook and see if anybody's calling. Let's see. Okay. Links. How do I invite somebody? Boy. How do I add somebody here? Add people.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yo, yeah.
Oh, good.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, not too much, man. I'm glad you're doing this today. I was sort of hoping, but last time I missed it by an hour or so. So,
All right, good. I don't know. I added you, and then I don't know how you got on, but Rob Black handles all my Google Plus stuff, and he's asleep. So,
I had to go in
and
Hangouts.
remember, this is live. This is live on YouTube and recorded. Okay, just letting
Oh,
you know.
cool, cool. Looks
So
like
no dirty jokes.
you're there on the side there, huh? Beautiful day. A little cold outside.
It is absolutely freezing. The wind is blowing about 20 miles an hour, and it's in the low 30s right now. So yes, it is horrible, but it's blue skies and beautiful.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I noticed that that was in the forecast. It's a shame it ain't like yesterday. I'd be going to the library this morning. I just think up there they won't stop. You know how Southerners are with cold.
Yeah, man, can't take it. I got on 4 shirts and 3 pairs of pants right now, and I'm still freezing. So,
Yeah, yeah,
and this is um, a 6-inch triplet, uh, basically like that scope you've got, and
yeah.
it's got um, 2 external 100 millimeter etalons on it, and we're looking up with just a 2x Barlow um, at a couple of really small prominences. You can see by the curvature of the sun how tight up we are. So these would barely be visible on a full disk view.
Yeah.
But this is what it.
Is that about the best you got going right now as far as prominence?
Yeah, we could look around. There was a M class flare that went off.
Oh,
Um,
really?
we'll look around and hold on. I moved it before I was done recording.
Yeah,
Let me
well,
put
so
it back where it was and finish this recording. There was an M class flare, but it's gone now.
yeah. Stephen, how many classes of flares are there?
That's why. Well, there's actually 5, but most people only know about C, M, and X class. The other 2 are smaller. So C is very common, like a little sputtery white spot. And the M class is pretty big. I mean, it's noticeable. You can't miss it. And then X class is catastrophic. I mean, it's gigantic. So
That's like a
uh,
cat hurricane. It don't go any higher than that.
um, the X class flares keep going higher and higher, but we haven't seen one over X28 in this century. We
Next
saw
one.
some X9s and X10s over this past solar maximum. I don't know what that was, but
Um, as far as the X that goes on them, what do they
yeah,
use as a scale to kind of take it from one X class to the next?
the level of X-ray wavelength radiation emitted.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So
So,
the Carrington event was uh, over close to X100, X90 in that range. We haven't had many large ones of late. Oh, look at that seeing condition. It just got terrible. Now it's back.
wow. Well, I'm still taking my binoculars to work and grabbing them up
Very
on
good.
a day yesterday. I could tell there was a sunspot up there, so
Yep.
it's
I
always
just got
nice.
in a dozen pairs of those. I'm going to be giving them away on my travels here coming up next month.
Oh, good.
Ran out of telescopes, so I've only got one big telescope left. I'm going to take that with me to Tunisia,
Ah,
and now I'm going to start giving away sunoculars to everybody.
well, hey, they're good. I'll tell you, I've enjoyed mine. I just keep mine in the back of my truck there,
Yep.
and every time it's sunny out, I have them up on my way home, and I have a little place where I even pull over now.
Well, they've got a little tiny version of them that's $29. It's about a third of the size of the ones you got, and they're not bad either. They're cute, and you can, oh, look at that, look at this. You seeing this? Look at that right there.
I'm
Holy cow!
Can't really tell you what I'm seeing, but I'm seeing the sun, and you moved stopped it right there. So,
You don't see that big ejected prominence?
no, I don't. Oh, hold it.
Oh
Yes,
boy,
I do. It's kind of a blank
there's a
spot.
monster.
Here's, yeah.
No, right here, man. There's a big old hunk of cloud coming off.
Oh, yeah, I see that. I can make that out.
All right, that wasn't there 5 minutes ago.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah, now you're getting detail on it.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna see.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get that focused any better, and we'll get some movies of that. That's a big one. That's a couple of Jupiter diameters. But anyway, these little small sinoculars are real cute, and I got a bunch of them to give away. I'm kind of running out of good stuff to give away. Gave it all away already.
Well, you've done a good. Hey, I ain't getting. I'm not complaining at all. I'm
Well, I figure you got a garage, not using it every day or whatever. Why should you keep it?
yeah.
Well, especially when somebody. I mean, you're living proof there. Give it to somebody like you that's going to go out and do something with it. It's just silly to keep it.
You did. You knocked me up several levels from where I was at. I do appreciate it.
What we
I
can
am
do here.
setting up for people. I wish the Anacon last weekend would have been the day like today. I would have been out there, but it clouded over so bad. But I think about an hour and a half after I left there, the sky kind of opened up and it got blue.
I can't believe that. You're trying to tell me that after you left, conditions got better?
Yeah, yeah. I
I
got
can't
home
believe that.
and started clearing up, and it's like, oh, man.
That has never happened to me as long as I've been an astronomer, James. I want you to know that.
Mm.
Every time I've ever went out, the sky has been perfect, and I have always perfectly judged the weather in every case.
Well, now,
I just want you to know that.
happened too. Now I've gotten there and it's not looked too good. And then so I've had several cases on the little library clouded over.
I'm kidding, man.
We're kind of in a valley
That's
here.
about 6 out of 10 times. About 6 out of 10 times is exactly what happens. You
Yeah.
get all set up and clouds come in. You take it down, it clears up.
Well, that's a really good one you got there.
Yeah, it's moving very fast too. It's already almost faded on the bottom part, and yeah, that's called an ejecting prominence. So it was ejected from somewhere and looked like the seeing conditions are terrible right now. And as you can see, the jet stream is bobbling around up there, and there's lots of turbulence in the sky because sometimes it'll be clear as a bell, and then the next 100 frames will look horrible. Rapidly decaying variable seeing conditions.
Now, are you on that high speed thing that you ordered yet, or is that going to be a while longer? Or
No, I'm on poor, slow, 125 megabits per second still. I'm supposed to have the 2,000 meg per second internet by the 27th of this month, but it's been 5 months, and I'm not holding my breath because every time they get to a point, something else happens, and
wow.
they got to delay it again. Comcast. Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty awesome right there.
We had Comcast up in New England. They seem to be pretty good.
Well, once you can get it running, it's great.
Yeah. You've lost it, right? The
No, I
prominence.
just turned down the exposure a little
Oh,
bit.
okay.
My focus is way off. I'm gonna have to. I think it's the seeing conditions that are way off more than anything else. Yeah, that's a good one there. So where's all the images you're taking with your point camera and laptop or MacBook?
Video on there. My speed won't let me here at the house upload it. Yeah, I've been doing some videos and pictures, and it'll say my what is it? My internet.
I mean, are
Won't,
you using the camera to take photos of the
yeah,
sun?
done some work in my yard and stuff. As far as actually, like last week at Anacon, I've
Mm-hmm.
got no power out there. All the vendors get that, so I'm thinking about getting me a generator. I've been looking at a couple of them, and
They wouldn't give you any electricity.
no, so I was,
Well, that'd be the last time I'd go there. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
hey, I was just glad the director invited me there. So Pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but yeah. So I've tried on my Mac to upload them, and it says I can't get anything over 39. I think it's 39 and a half. I can't
Well,
upload.
what I'm asking you is, are you using the camera and the computer? Didn't I give you a camera and a computer to do solar?
You did, yeah. Like I said, I've got some images and stuff. They're actually they're on my iMac.
But are you using it during what is that? Oh,
Looks like you got a mirror image or something going on there.
that is a reflection. Hmm.
Now, how is that happening?
That's a reflection inside the scope, and I'm wondering if I've been on the wrong one the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Because these Etalons, I've got a bunch of glass up in here, and they produce reflections.
So
And
you got to get the sort of perfect.
sometimes you can get fooled, especially with a new scope, and watch the reflection the whole time, thinking you're looking at the real one. Hopefully, we didn't do that, but yeah, I don't think this is the real one because it's not focusing very well. These telescopes all have tilted glass all through them to get rid of these reflections.
Yes.
But there's probably 16 different pieces of glass in this telescope, and every one of them sends a reflection through the tube. And if all the glass were perpendicular and straight, you would have an image that was the combination of 16 different reflections. So yeah, this is the real one. You can tell because that one's brighter and easier to focus, and the reflection is off. And I can't tell you how many people have called up and said something's wrong with their telescope because it won't brighten up, and they can't tune it, and they can't focus it. And it turns out the whole time they're just looking at one of the reflections in the Etalon.
Now that can happen with the hydrogen alpha scope as well, or that's a different.
This is a hydrogen alpha scope. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I guess
It happens in it happens in every telescope, but it's more pronounced when you have a real bright gain on your camera because the reflection's brighter. So let's move over here and see. Look at that spot that had that flare earlier. If we can find it. Well, that was exciting. Got to see something at least.
There you go. That's
All right.
was that the? I wonder if that was the sunspot that I was looking at yesterday.
This is the only sunspot group on there right now, and it launched off a flare a couple hours ago. Let's get this focused as well as we can. Boy, the seeing conditions are terrible.
I don't
There
know.
we go.
I'm seeing a pretty nice bright spot around it.
Yeah, but I'm saying the wobbling and the movement. It's normally rock solid here. I mean, it's hardly ever any movement at this low of a magnification. Now, this is just a 2x Barlow, and it's jumping all over the place. Usually, you don't even get this much movement with a 5x Barlow, at least from my driveway.
Right.
So there's that. I think it's just jumping all over the place.
And that's where the flare was at earlier?
Yep. This bright part on the top left of the sunspot was a big M-class flare that was about twice that size. Boy, look at that. Looks like you're looking through a pool.
Yeah, it does.
Gotcha. And that's what humidity does to your seeing. Humidity and strong winds. Calm it down a little bit now. So when's your next outreach event? For those that don't know, Big James is our Alabama director of the Charlie Bates Solar Astronomy Project. He and his wife do solar outreach for schools and libraries in the area.
Yeah, that's true. And
what do you got coming up?
I do have a young assistant now. She's a 10th grader at the local high school here, and she actually
that's Spock, right? Commander Spock.
Commander Spock. Or Mackenzie, as I call her. She's a solar warrior there. She's we had a good time for the amount of time that we had it out there. Yeah, I went out in the last week and had it all set up, and
very good.
My son just wouldn't cooperate. A lady did come by though. I had a nice conversation. She had her niece there, and we talked quite. Oh, I gave her a couple pairs of glasses and.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's exactly what she said.
Come on.
So
You're all right. You're all right. It's all right. You just tap me a little bit. You got about this far. I'm fine. I'm fine. You're probably a lot better off by going in and backing that way and then pulling out. But
when I pulled up, I see you there, and I was thinking what we were doing.
come here. I'll show you. Excuse me, James. You got to put your head up under here.
Okay.
And this is a sunspot on the sun that we're looking at.
Oh wow.
And that's some flaring area around it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm broadcasting it on Google Plus to some people around the world.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
So these are solar telescopes, and I teach this subject in schools. And on the weekends, sometimes I'll set up and just broadcast images out around the world. But I'll help you back out.
Okay, thank you.
I figured you didn't see me. That's why I started yelling. Because I'm glad you stopped.
I am too. I got a lot on my mind. You know when you're thinking and
I do.
all this stuff in your mind. Somebody said,
That's about the time when something happens to remind you.
yeah, that's pay attention.
That's a good reminder.
That actually put my seatbelt on. Let's get the thoughts together.
Worst thing that can happen is that
And then my shoulders in here, God. Oh my God, you know? So, all right.
be careful.
Take care. Thank you.
Okay. Y'all still there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, almost got ran over by my neighbor who
Yeah, I know that would have been tragic.
backed right into me, and she actually hit my leg. And she was about 3 feet from backing into the $80,000 worth of telescope I got sitting here.
Yeah, I would have been crying for sure. For you.
Window closed on the cell phone. And I hit the back of the car and started yelling, and she stopped.
Yeah, Stephen, you asked for my next outreach events is I've hooked up with the art teacher again at the school where I'm in maintenance, and
You
she's
mean your
in
wife?
this year, so I'm even on the flyer they're putting out. So
Good.
I think
I thought that was your wife. Is that at another school?
yeah, I work at the elementary school, and she works at the middle school, sort of fifth and sixth
Oh, I
grade.
see.
Where
I see.
the kids go. Nita's going to be there too tonight, but she's going to be doing some artwork, I think, and I'll probably have me and I'm going to ask Mackenzie to come along. Last year was great. The weather was beautiful. We looked at the
Mhm.
sun way down to the tree line. That's how good it was. I posted on the website and the NASA Sky Network as well, and it was a fun time. So everybody that walked up to the scope got a pair of the solar glasses as well. So.
Now, did you get up early this morning and look and listen to Rob Black's radio show by any chance?
No, but I will. I noticed he had. I think he had uploaded.
I'd look at the YouTube video if I were you, because he had the group of astronomers that discovered the supernova last week in Australia were on the show, and he also had live views through his friend's telescope of the galaxy and the supernova.
I will look at. Yeah, absolutely.
It was pretty awesome.
So, What do you think of the new gravitational?
There's nothing new about that to me. that was proven in 1905, in my opinion. But it's nice to have, accepted scientific proof. But I mean, that was pretty much part of the general theory of relativity.
Well, there you go. Step forward again, right?
Now, everybody on Facebook is now a physics expert, I've noticed. They're all posting how great it is. Boy, the seeing is terrible today, but it's still better than not seeing.
Now, off to the right there, I'm seeing a darker area, and further right,
Yep.
Darker areas.
Yep, those are little clouds of plasma. They would be prominences if they were on the side of the sun. And they are called filaments in their current configuration for some reason. Let's see if we can move around. Boy, look at how much it's bouncing around. I haven't been ran over in the last 5 minutes, though, so things are looking good.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Let's take a trip around, and then I'll go out to a full disk view in a minute. Let's see what else we got around here. Oh, you know what I ought to do? Well, I can't. Shoot, I was going to say get my calcium scope going and get that departing prominence, but in this configuration, it would take me a half hour to change it over to calcium. Uh-oh.
On that generator you have, is that a pretty good one? Which one exactly do you have?
You broke out through. You cracked up to a lot of that. What did you say?
The generator. Oh, that's a nice. Is that a filament right there too? That
Yes.
big one?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's one there too.
Your generator. Have you had to use that a lot or sparingly or?
Yeah, and I would not buy the one I've got because I bought way too much. I went looking at the Honda 2000, and I didn't think it would give me enough juice for a whole day, so I bought the Honda 3000, which was a lot more money, and it's a lot louder and a lot heavier. But I wish I had just bought the Honda 2000, which you can barely hear when it's running, and it gives you plenty of juice. So a Honda 2000 would power everything you got for a week.
Okay.
On
Yeah,
one.
I'm sort of looking around a little bit now, trying to. Some of them I wondered though if the regulation of the voltage coming out of them. Do you think that'd be an issue or?
No, they're all well. I don't know about the other brands, but I know that the Hondas are all exceptionally good quality and very durable.
Yeah.
They have different voltages that they can produce, but it produces about 14 volts. It's got 2 AC outlets on it, and you can, if you need more. See, I didn't know this. If you need more juice later, you can add a second Honda 2000 to your setup for double the watts. I didn't realize that, or else I would have just bought the 2000, because you can't even hear it when it's running. When you crank it, it runs on gas, unleaded gas, and you got to put a little oil in it every few months. And when you start it up, you can't even hear it. So it's an excellent product, and it'll also power your laptop or your computer for hours. I run 3 24-inch iMacs, 2 big mounts, 2 fans, and all my chargers for my drones and batteries and everything on it for 12, 14 hours, and use about a third of the gas, about a third of a tank.
Well, that's good to know then.
Yeah, and you probably find them used, but you won't find a better product. Of course, it's going to cost you, $1,500 probably to get one, but it's got so many uses, man. I don't see how people can be without them.
Well, I didn't realize there was such a wide variety of them out there. I mean, I've been looking at.
There's a lot of different brands.
Absolutely, yeah, I've noticed that too. So,
and what you don't want is a 2-cycle generator. You want a regular gas generator.
Okay. I've even noticed some of them are propane operated. Didn't have any idea how well that would be either. So
I don't have any experience with that.
Yeah, some of them are
but you got to worry.
Yes, or propane. So
You got to think about fuel, smell, and exhaust and noise with what you're
yeah,
doing. I don't think there's a more quiet generator on the market than the Honda 2000.
that's always good when you get feedback on that stuff. You know, Sam's Club here had one that was real reasonable, but when I read the reviews on it, people said replacement parts and stuff like that. No, did not recommend it. So
I bought mine at Ace Hardware.
oh, did you? See, we have an
Yeah,
Ace. I've never even thought about Ace.
and the
Hmm.
guy oiled it up and tested it and tweaked it
Mhm.
in the store when I bought it, and I haven't touched it in 2 years. All I've done is put gas in it
Yeah.
and crank it up. All right, so I'm gonna take one more video of this, and then I'll switch over to the bigger camera, because right now I got my little tiny camera on there. The other one will show almost the full disc, so we'll try that.
You still got some good detail though on that prominence. It's still
Yeah, well, I changed to a smaller camera because I get a much higher frame rate, and when you're taking images at high magnification, the frame rate becomes real important. So the faster you can gather the frames, the more clear the image is going to be. It doesn't really matter on a full disc shot, but if you're zooming in as much as I am, you got to get real fast frames. Boy, it is cold out here.
yeah, I'm looking at wind. It's bright and sunny here too, but there is a breeze out there. So
I can
Did-
remember out bass
did-
fishing on a lake on days like this, and how much I hated it. So,
now, if you come down from that huge prominent, yeah, I can see a smaller one down there just below it, a little bit off the surface. See that one?
let's see. Yeah,
I wonder, what about the height on that
it's
one?
hard to tell. I know it's not very clear, but there's a little ring of spicules around the edge of the sun, and that may just be a tall spicule. There's you see that little clump of material there?
Mhm.
That is a hedgerow prom that's going real long and circling around on the surface. That's pretty cool. And then there's that other prominence down there. Man, the seeing conditions have just gotten worse and worse. I used to I was able to focus on that perfectly. Now you can barely focus it. It's like you're sitting in a pool looking through the water.
Well, it looks to
I'll
be
take one more.
pretty good that I can tell.
Yeah, here comes the wind.
I can see what you mean. So, yeah, you can tell
My blanket blew off. It's on the driveway. All right. You know, this scope is so big it acts like a sail whenever the wind blows. That's a good problem to have, though.
Well, we'll be taking the scopes back up to New England this summer, so
You will be or you won't be.
be a chance to go over to Algonquin again, and
Mhm.
that's a great place. I really like going there. A lot of people come by and check it out, you know. So at the beach, right, it's above all the sandy area, right in the parking lot there. So
Very good. All right, I'm gonna take this camera off in a minute and then switch over to the bigger camera. All right. There I am. Howdy. Look at that sky.
beautiful sky.
Yeah. All right.
Mark
So,
that
what's
sky.
that?
Right now, I love that sky.
Let me get my Q-tip out. Here's a lesson on how to clean your camera. This here's a camera. This here's a Q-tip, and that's how you do it. Done.
Oh, okay. Now, do you have anything on the Q-tip, or is it just
Yeah,
Q-tip?
I had a little bit of a Zeiss lens cleaning fluid on one end, and you wet it up and move it around, and then you turn it over to the dry end and dry it off. And these cameras, the one I gave you, these PGR cameras all have a clear glass protector. Here's the other. This is the one we were using, and this is the one we're going to use. They all have a clear glass protective cover over the CCD chip, so you can't hurt the CCD by cleaning it, but you don't want to press too hard because you could leave marks on the cover, which don't look good. Let's see, we got it focused with this Barlow. Let's see what this big camera looks like with that Barlow.
Hey, congratulations again on that nice contribution from Natco.
Oh, that was 4 years ago, man. You talking about that big check? Yeah, that was one of them Facebook memories. That was from 2010, Las Vegas, when I was a air traffic controller. I did a big speech there, and they gave me a big donation. But thank you anyway. That was a while back though. I'd like to see another one.
Absolutely.
That's what's paying for your telescope.
I've been up to the local Sam's Club here and another place that you started out at, and I gave them some information and stuff and my phone number, but I have yet to hear from them. I wanted to go up there and set up. So I know they do that stuff because I've seen them up in New Hampshire, outside of the Sam's Club. You know.
Let's see what we got here.
So,
See those Newton's rings? When you get to imaging with Barlows, that's the kind of crap you have to deal with. Those concentric rings. If I tilt the camera, they go away. But that's reflections on the inside of the camera. Let me get that piece of dirt off. There's one more piece of dirt on the camera lens. Oh, you don't see him because I'm not sharing. Never mind. Here we go. You just seeing me squeezing over here trying to fit this camera in.
what's your general window there for sunlight around where you live?
This time of the year, I can see it from 11:30 to 2:30.
Oh, okay.
And in the summertime, I get it from about 10 a.m. until about 4 p.m.
Well, that's not bad considering the height of those buildings.
Somebody call.
Yeah.
You don't hear that beeping right there? 3 beeps. I wonder if somebody's trying to call me on. So, 3 beeps.
I keep hearing it. Yeah.
Huh.
Call waiting.
That's something to do with you.
Is that something to do with me?
I've heard it before. My battery, maybe. Let's see. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's my headphones or something. Are your headphones plugged in and charging, or are they not plugged in?
I'm just using my phone.
Are you using headphones? Okay.
No,
I don't know what that is.
no, phone night.
All right, let's see what we got here. I wonder if it's Google Plus telling me my time's up. All right, let's see what that looks like. There we go. All right. that's nice. All right, so that's the full disc. If we can get some, yeah, there's that prominence jumping off the side over there. That is nice.
Steven,
Man, I wish I knew what that noise was. Huh?
So that's a filament, I guess, on the left side there. I thought that looked there earlier, like just before you took the saturation out, might be a sunspot.
I think that's my headphones that are not charging because the plug is bent. Anyway. Yep, that's what it is. So if I fall out, I'll just unplug the headphones here in a minute. All right, so we got a real nice full disc prominence on the left there, and they got a floating prom, 3 different sections of it over there about 9 o'clock. Yep. I'm cutting out. I'm gonna have to go over to my built-in microphone here. It's gonna get windy.
Oh.
All right, there you go. It's probably a lot noisier now, but say something so I can turn my volume up.
You're coming in clear, Stephen.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. Not as good. It's apparently died, and my little charging cable is frozen. I don't think it'll charge anymore. Something's wrong with it. So if I missed something, I apologize. What were you saying?
I said you were coming.
Something about how awesome I am. What was that?
Fantastic. You're fantastic.
Fantastic. I agree. Was that
Fantastic.
All right, so I'll
my custom made hat by Anita.
very good. I do like that. So I'll take another film with this or two, and then we'll move over to the other Lunt 6-inch double stack and see how it compares. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Yes. Like it. So, how long are you going to be doing this broadcast now?
I don't know. I just do them until I feel like stopping.
Anita's got breakfast ready, so I'm going to go eat, but then I'm going to log
all right.
in.
I appreciate you checking in, man. Just check back in if you want to.
You shout.
Breakfast is 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, man.
Oh, that's right. I got to forget it's Atlanta time.
Oh, that's right. It's only okay. So y'all are having brunch. You're a lucky man.
Yeah, there you go. So
Natalie's still sleeping.
well, I may catch you in a little while unless you're done, and but it's been good. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Talk to you soon.
Okay. Have a fantastic day, Stephen.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Bye. Wow, that's some great video.
There we go. All right, so I just turned on the false color. I'm gonna turn it back off again. We use that false color on outreach events to broadcast to students because they want to see stuff in color. So this is a 6-inch Skywatcher Super Triplet with 2 Lunt 100 millimeter external etalons on the end of it and a B1200. We are looking at the sun from Atlanta, Georgia, and it appears that I have a gallon jug of water on the end of the scope, and we're looking through the water at the sun with all that rippling. For those that are involved in astronomy, you'll recognize this right away. This is about seeing 1 out of 10. And this is at the native focal length of the scope, and you see that whirling and boiling and movement of everything. Most people would just pack it up and turn off the cameras at this point, but we don't play that. We have a good time no matter what the seeing conditions are. There's an interesting ejected prominence over here on the left around 9 o'clock. We've been watching that for a while. Little sunspot group over here that had an M-class flare earlier. I'll turn down the gamma so you can see that. There's the surface. Might as well take a picture of the surface while we're here. Well, the seeing is just terrible. This is even bad for Atlanta. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is move the camera over to the other Lunt LS152 double stack scope, and we'll see how it compares. So take a look at what you're seeing now and remember it. And then we'll check out the other one. And the difference here is that this other telescope has internal etalons instead of external etalons. Let me get the focus going. Everybody hang tight. Okay. All right, so I'm trying to get the focus done. There we go. Okay. Right off the bat, you can see it's a smaller image, different focal length. A little bit more evenly illuminated. Let's see. Looks like those ejected prominences are almost gone. No, you tell me whatever you think. This is the image through an internally double stacked Lunt LS152. And I can adjust the tuning a little bit. See what that does. Oh, look at that. All kind of stuff you didn't even see on the other one. Of course, I may not have had the other one tuned as well as could be, but we'll see. All right, that looks pretty good. It's the sound of my auto guider. And there you go. That is my dog, Charlie, barking. right, now let's get one of the surface. Yeah, this is where the internal etalons really shine, and that is even illumination. Much more evenly illuminated than the external etalons. Yeah, it is cold out here. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with a hot cup of coffee. This is Live Sun coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. Charlie Bates Solar Astronomy Project. Lunt 152 double stacked with a point gray grasshopper camera. Using Astro IIDC with artificial color activated. This is what a star looks like. Turn off the artificial color now. Well, we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast, and I'm going to sign off now from Atlanta, Georgia at 1:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to check solarastronomy.org for your solar outreach needs, and join our Facebook group at Charlie Bates Solar Astronomy Project. Adios.